Everyone, how's it going? Jared Garneau here. Here's my lesson for the week. So today we're going to talk about how to play the Allman Brothers tune "Done Somebody Wrong." So this is just a 12-bar blues. Nothing really crazy about it, like chord-wise or form-wise or anything. But yeah, it's in the key of C, and yeah, it just has this figure where it's has that Charleston rhythm where it's like, a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note. In this case, we're going to play that second note short. Actually, both short. The song is known for having that kind of like staccato rhythm and everything. And yeah, we're in the key of C, so we can play that one chord at the 8th fret. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to the 4 chord, which we can just go up 5 frets from there, back to the 1. And then if we go 5 frets below here, we have the 5 chord. You can also play the 4 chord 2 frets below that. So yeah, as far as chordal options using this, just barring the strings. I'm in open E, of course, by the way. So we have C at the 8th fret, F at the 13th fret, so up 5 is your higher 4 chord. Down by 5 is your 5 chord, and then your other 4 chord is in relation to your root down 7 frets. So 2 spots for the 4 chord, 1 spot for the 5 chord, 1 spot for the 1 chord. So yeah, the entire form would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This is going to be the 5th measure. 8th measure. Or 4. Did I get that wrong? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, this would be the 7th measure. Dummy. And then 5 chord, 9th measure, 10th measure, 4, 1 chord, 11th measure, 12th measure. So for the 1 chord, it just goes straight through that 11th and 12th measure. We don't have that little 5 chord turn around. You can do that as an option if you want to add it, but in the recording, that's not what they're doing. So yeah, just besides that little minor mess up with the form and everything, that's how you play it. So yeah, that's one chordal option. Another one is to turn them into 7 chords. So if you just take the same open E shape and you just add your pinky at the 11th fret on either the 2nd or the 5th string, you have a 7 chord as well. Pretty easy to grab an open E, but that would sound like this. Yeah, so that'd be another option. Another one is just to play, it's basically like a drop 3 voicing in open E. So you can, the main 3 notes you want to grab, middle finger on the 8th fret of the 6th string, index finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string, ring finger on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. You want to grab those 3 notes. This would actually be like the shell voicing of that type of chord. But then with your ring finger, you can either bar the 2nd string as well, or you can even grab the 1st string, and all those notes will work. But that'll be like kind of like a drop 3 style voicing right there. So yeah, just using that, you could do. So yeah, that's like one other option. And then beyond that is turning these chords maybe into like 9s or 13s. If you're hearing the recording, I'm pretty sure they're doing just seven chords, but you can always turn them into 9s or like 13s or something like that, just to get that other flavor in there. So to turn into a 9 chord, you have like basically two options. Excuse me. So you can either take your index finger and put it on the 5th string at the 1st fret, play your open 4th string, your middle finger will go on the 3rd string at the 2nd fret, and then the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. So you can play it like that, or with your pinky like that, however you want to play it, but that's our 9 chord right there, and that's just like your classic, like, standard tuning 9 chord, but just reimagined for open E. So that sort of thing. But yeah, you can just play that, and then if you want to turn that into a fretted shape, you just imagine just playing that with your middle ring and pinky, which you can even do that if you're like switching between the same chord. But just play that shape, and then go, you can just put at any fret and just add the index finger behind the fret on the middle finger. So go from like that to that shape. So using these shapes, it sounds like this. I purposely played the format out of order just so you could just hear all the chords for the sake of time anyways, but that's what it would sound like with 9 chords right there. And it sounds great. It's a cool sound. You can even play that drop 3 voicing I played earlier. Just add your pinky on top. Except for maybe like endings and just like, just kind of special moments. I usually don't play this voice when I'm comping. Just because that tension is so high up in the register, it just kind of sticks out instead of, a lot of times when you're doing accompaniment, like you're just trying to blend in and, support whoever's playing the melody. I find this voicing is a little stands out a little too much. So I tend to like these type of voicings when I'm playing 9s, when I'm comping. So yeah, the other thing is just playing a 13 chord. So if you play that shell voicing I played earlier, and then you just add your pinky on the 2nd string at the 10th fret, you have a 13 chord. And then you can just move that around as you normally would, so. And at that point, you're getting to like some pretty jazzy colors, but these are all things you can do to add to the form. I've definitely heard recordings where they're kind of messing around with these different color shades. I can't really think of ones off the top of my head, but if you just type "done something wrong" in like Spotify, and you just listen to a bunch of recordings, you're gonna hear some variations. But anyways, as far as like the slide playing, I'll just give you some quick tips on these. So on Fillmore East, there's only 2 songs that feature slide, and it's Statesboro Blues and Done Somebody Wrong. If you learn those 2 tunes, you're going to learn basically like what you need to know to play Dwayne style, at least in like a blues context. Has a lot of quintessential licks. So the number one lick in my opinion that you should learn for this song anyways is just that opening lick. It's easy to play and it sounds really cool. So if we're in the key of C, you can bar your slide at the 8th fret right there. So from that note, from the beginning where it's like dun dun, you hear Dwayne's part come in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That thing right there. So if you play the first string at the 8th fret at the root, and you do a quick backward slide to the 6th fret on the first string. You know, going from root to your flat 7. Then do the same thing on your 2nd string, same frets. That'd be going from your 5th to your 4th. And then starting from your 3rd string at the 7th fret, you're going to do a slide up to the 8th fret. So going from your flat 3rd to your 3rd right here. And then just end by just plucking the 8th fret on the 4th string. So we have, but faster in context. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be like the first lick I would learn. It's a really quintessential blues lick. You know, it's similar to that sort of thing. It's definitely must know, but a lot of fun. So yeah, that's a great one to learn. Besides that, you know, it shares the same licks in common as like Statesboro Blues, that sort of thing, or the one thing I do have to say is the bridge. A lot of times you hear people play that not exactly correctly, but the way I've heard it played that I think sounds better is playing that bridge section at 16th notes. My strap got in the way there. But anyways, a lot of people will just play as like triplets, like, that's not the sound. It's more So what I'm doing is I'm doing a backward slide from the 8th fret to the 6th fret on the 4th string, playing the 8th fret on the 5th string, and then the 6th fret on the 4th string, but doing it as 1, and then all the 8th fret on strings 4, 3, and 2. So, and then doing the same thing. I'm doing, you know, just that one of the essential slide licks, just going from the 8th fret to the 6th fret, 7th to the 8th fret on the 3rd string, or, 8th fret on the 3rd string, back to the 6th fret on the 2nd string, 8th fret on the 2nd string, 6, 8 on the 1st string, and then, so, you know, it's a pattern basically. So, and at that point, you know, 8 to 6, 8, 6, right there. I'm going from 8th fret, 12th fret, 3rd fret on the 1st string, then I'm jumping up to what would be the 20th fret on the 2nd string and going. So this same lick right here, but just 12 frets up. I know that I was going through it pretty fast, but you know, slowly in context, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3. So one more time. So yeah, very cool. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why I hit stop recording, but yeah, that's it for today's video. So yeah, if you're interested in more content or you like what you're seeing, please hit the like button, comment below, subscribe to my social media channels. If you're interested in taking lessons from me, send me an email. I can send you my Calendly link. You can book lessons through there. And And yeah, just be on the lookout for any shows that might be in your area. I play in the New England area, so just a little bit north of Boston. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I will see you in the future.